Hi, my name is Catherine Bernice Brown Jordan. I was born in Nebraska City in 1925. I grew tall when I was very young. I said, "Mama, I have to have some new shoes. These are too little." And she said, "I know, honey, the bank's closed." And all of our money was in the bank. And I said, "Well, when are they going to open?" She said, "Well, we don't know." And of course, they never did. We moved to the country onto a dairy farm. That was just before the dirt began to blow. My mother was worried. I think she thought maybe it was the end of the world. And from there on, it went from bad to worse, till almost every day you had a dirt storm. After 3 years, we had used up all of our money, so we sold, or they sold the cattle, and we moved. We went to Germany. When the boys came in, they looked like old men. You couldn't believe that they were under 20 years old. The wives, a lot of them almost had nervous breakdowns during the war. Because at night, they'd have the bomb warnings, and so they would have to get up and take their children and go to some underground shelter someplace. It probably came nearer being just bombed to pieces than any place that we were. It was sad. In 1947, there were lots of GIs came back from the war and started to college, and Fred Jordan was one of them. And it was time to go home for Christmas vacation, and we got on the bus, and it was packed. We were standing in the aisle for a long ways, and we happened to be standing next to Fred. We got off and started, Mr. and Mrs. Bremen come to get us, and we started to drive off, and I said, "Oh, I forgot my hat," and left it on the bus, and Nova Ann said, "Don't worry, Fred will bring it to you." Sure enough, before the vacation ended, I got a letter, and he said, "I found your hat, I'll bring it back to you." Nova Ann said, "I knew he would." We were married on the 4th of June, on Sunday after church. Kenneth was born June 1st, 1951. And then it was a number of years before we had another child. And then we had Keith in October the 14th, 1958. Carrie Bruce was born February the 5th, 1960. And Kathy was born 61. Julie was born July the 2nd, 63. In my 90 years, I feel blessed to have my family and grandchildren and great-grandchildren and all the wonderful people that we have met through the years, and how much kindness there is in the world.